What's up guys, how you doing? I'm back here in the Tabletop Simulator and I will play another Demon Slayer booster draft release event, as you can see by the action point here. We got our 60 cards over here from 5 boosters drafted from all the cards in the new Demon Slayer set. But this time I put all the rare cards on top. I didn't take a look at them yet, so I don't know which rare cards and which common cards I pull. But I will only take like a look at the rare cards because the common cards are like too many to look at. Okay, so I would say let's start by taking a look at the red side cards. Let's search here. Again, we hope for at least like 2 super rares in each set. The rate is kind of off. I think I should increase the super rare rate a little bit to make the games a little bit interesting, but I kept the rate of the cards kind of common, kind of related to the actual rate in the booster draft. If you want to see how to set it up, you should check out my Jujutsu Kaisen booster, no, sorry, my Code Geass booster draft, where I show how to set this up in the simulator. Okay, let's take a look at the rare cards. First we got the Muzan here in the Geisha form, double energy generation, pretty standard. Next we have already a super rare, the Tanjiro rate, impact 1, we can add a Nezuko from our sideline to our hand and play a Nezuko. Okay, pretty good. Next we have the Zenitsu, just a rare. We got the Daki rare, the Rui rare. I think I didn't have him last game. He's a double energy generation. Genya rare. Oh, and this time we got the Gyutaro, and he's just a rare card. He's a raid character, but if I have a Daki on my field, I can draw a card. Oh, when attacking, okay. So that goes along with this Daki pretty well. Next is another super rare. Okay, so we have 2 in them already. It's the Unyosuke Hashibara, and he gains abilities if you have a Tanjiro or Zenitsu on your field. These should be the last 2 rare cards. We have the KO spell and another Daki, which is good for our Gyutaro. This should be the common, yeah, uncommon cards, common cards. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the blue side cards. Let's search here. Again, the rares at the top. We got the Rengoku. Okay, I think this card is new. I didn't see him yet. And we also got this KO spell for red, but it's for Zenitsu, okay. And we got one of the Enmu. He's a raid character, okay. But just a rare card. Got another Rui. And we also got the Gyutaro raid. If Daki is a field, draw a card, yeah. And together with him, we get the Daki. Our super rare card, okay. She's a raid character. If Gyutaro is on your field, this character gains 500 battle points. If you close your field, you may place 1 card from your hand into Zelda, and if you do, play this. Oh, okay, she can revive herself, like in the anime. So we got 1 super rare so far, I think. Next we have Shinobu, just a rare card with a lot of text. And there's another super rare, the Muichiro, okay. So he basically can freeze characters when he's played and when he's sidelined. So 2 super rares yet. Let's see if we can get another one. Another Rui, and then another Rengoku. So also just 2 super rares on this side. Alright, let's throw the dice and then set up the game. Let's see who will go first. That's kind of weak, but it's okay. 3 to 2, so the red side will go first. Alright, let's start the game here on the red side. We got our hand of 7 cards. We don't draw a card. We got 2 0 costs and a bunch of 2 costs, which should be fine. Let me just take a look. Okay, this can generate another energy, and this is just a standard 0 cost, but I can rate him with this Tanjiro. Let's start by playing the Crow into the energy line, the Crow, and then untap, oops, and then auto. Alright, we draw here, gain 2 action points. We also have a bunch of 0 cost and 1 cost characters, which is pretty good. So first, what I want to do is play, I think, both of these lower 3 characters, or lower demon characters, lower 3 and lower 4. When they get sidelined, I can draw a card, which is pretty good. Let's untap over here and end auto. Okay, we gain another energy, draw 1 card. I think I will keep the Crow into the energy line just for now. This is pretty good because I can revive her with the Tanjiro, which means I'm gonna play her this turn. Or I could place her into the sideline with this character. He's also a 3k, which is pretty good in the release event matches. So I think I will prepare for that combo and just play the Tanjiro into the energy line. And then I will play the Ubanai. Activate his Wind Blade ability, draw one card, and place one card from my hand into the sideline. Draw one card, we gain the Muzan, and I think I will put the Nezuko into the sideline. So we can revive her with this character next turn. Let's untap and end our turn. Alright, we stay at 2 action points, get a 1 cost with double energy generation. Oh, I need to return someone to my field. My hand, sorry. I think I will move one of the lower 4 characters, lower demon characters into the front line so they can get sideline and I can draw a card. This character has 2000 battle points, so I can possibly block like lower attack next turn. Then I guess we play the Rengoku, pick her back up to the hand, and then we play her again into the energy line. Let's untap and end our turn. Oh, we don't. I'm gonna swing with him first, sorry. There's no one on the front line, so I just hit for 1 damage and there is no trigger. Okay, now we untap and end our turn. Alright, we get the 3rd action point and we draw a card. This turn we can raid with the Tanjiro. And I think I'm gonna use this character's effect, which means I will take it kind of slow from here and do an action point draw. And we get 1 Daki in for our Gyotaro, which we have on hand, which is pretty good. She costs 2 action points, however. But she can play a Gyotaro with 3 or less energy and 1 AP cost from my sideline set to active on the front line, both when blade and when sideline. It's pretty strong. However, he's a 4 cost, which is too high for that. Alright, we will not move anyone to the front line, I think. We will activate the Crow's effect, so we're at 4. We're at 4 energy. Actually, I don't need to do that. I will just get enough energy with this card. So I could use... I will move the Ubanai to the front line. Okay. Now I will activate the Crow's effect. We have 3 energy now, and this character needs to be sidelined at the end of the turn. We will play the Muzan into the energy line, active main. I can sideline 1 other character and place 1 card of my top of the deck in the sideline, and this character can gain 1000 battle points. We might use this later on, but for now he's just a double energy generation. And now we are at 5 energy, which means we can raid the Tanjiro, move him to the front line, activate the Wind Blade ability, add a Nezuko from the sideline back to my hand, and play 1 Nezuko set resting on my field. So we will get the Nezuko back, and I will play her on my field, I think into the energy line, because we're gonna lose the Crow next turn. So let's go ahead and swing. We hit with the Tanjiro first. He has impact 1. However, in this case, I will hit 1 trigger no matter what. Let's attack with the Ubanai first and KO this character, draw 1 card. And then let's attack with the Tanjiro with impact. I think no matter who I attack first, he will block the Ubanai. But this way the trigger activates later. This is a raid trigger. We have no Gyotaro on our field, so we add this to the hand. Alright, let's untap over here, place the Crow into the sideline and end our turn. Alright, gain another action point and draw a card. We have a lot of cards in our hand now. This is a resting spell, another double energy generation. The Tengen is pretty good, 3k, and maybe we should just play the Gyotaro on our field, because I'm not sure if I have a Gyotaro raid in the deck. But I think I wanna get my high cost characters out. So let's rest 1 action point to play the Rui into the energy line for double energy generation. Then we play the Gyotaro onto the front line just to have a 4k, and we play our other 4k onto the front line. So we have 2 big blockers on the board now. Let's untap and end out. Alright, let's draw over here. My opponent can block one of my attacks now, but the other one will still go through. Again, I don't think I'm able to raid the Gyotaro. I'm not sure if I have one of them in my deck. For now, I think I will do another action point draw. This character costs 2 and is another double energy generation. It's pretty good. Let's move the Nezuko to the front line. Lady Muichiro into the energy line. There's a purple character on my opponent's field. So this character costs 1 less energy. And then we use the water breathing technique. I can KO 5k if I have a Tanjiro on my field, which will be just one of these characters because both of them are vanilla. Alright, let's move to the attack phase. Swing Tanjiro Impact 1 first. This one will get true. And we get a draw trigger. Then one of them will be blocked. We're gonna swing with the Overknife first. I can block the Nezuko with the other one. There's a special trigger which will KO the Tanjiro. And then we swing with the Nezuko and this will be blocked by the 4k. Alright, let's untap over here and end our turn. We're down to 4 life, but we still have like a 4k on our field, which is pretty good. Jordan Noski, he does, if the character has moved this turn, gains 500 battle points. Okay, I see. We have 5 energy generations, so I think we can move the lower 4 to the front line. Let's also move the Rui to the front line, I think. Now I will play one of the Kyogai. He is same like the character before, 1 less cost if there's a red or yellow card on my opponent's field, and there's like yellow cards there, so I can play him for less. And then I think I will play the Rengoku on the front line. Active main, if on the front line, place 1 card from my hand on the sideline. All characters on my field gain 500 battle points until the end of the turn. And then for the last action point, I think I will play the Inosuke into the energy area. Let's use the active main ability, place 1 card from my hand on the sideline, and give all my characters 500 battle points. Let's get rid of the who's this again? Like Tanjiro. And then give everyone 500, 500, and 500. I think I can activate this every turn now if this character lives. Alright, let's start to swing. 4.5k first, we take a life card, Collar Trigger. On your opponent's front line and sideline. So 1 character with 2500 battle points, which is this character. Otherwise, I cannot KO anyone. So it's good that we used the effect before. Then her effect activates when sideline, draw a card. Or we throw the Darky Raids. That's kinda nice. And then we can swing with the 3k, again, cannot really be blocked, but I think I will block it with the Nezuko, because she's kinda useless now. Alright, let's clear this and end our turn. Our board looks pretty empty now. There's an Akasa, okay, Impact 1, 4k, pretty good. We have 4 energy generation. I don't have a Gyotaro on my sideline, which is pretty bad. Should I do an action point draw? I need to put someone into the energy line, however. So we don't do an action point draw. Let's play the Crow again. So we have 5 energy in total. Then we can play the Akasa onto the front line, 4k, Impact 1, pretty standard. And we play the Gyotaro as a vanilla, 4k again. We can block a lot of attacks now. And can we swing with him? No, we can't, because we will be blocked by the Enmo. So let's untap and end our turn. Alright, let's draw over here. Oh, there's actually the vanilla Gyotaro. Huh. And we don't have a Darky to raid. Our board is pretty full too, so let's just try to do an action point draw. The Rengoku is not too useful. We will move the Inosuke to the front line. He moved, so he will gain 500 battle points. We are still at 4 energy generation. I think I will save up the Darky in case we draw her. So I will just play one of the Gyotaro. Active main, pay 1 action point and draw a card. So I will use his active main ability. I don't need to rest him for that, right? Yep. And I can draw a card. Okay, Inoko. Before we move to the battle phase, we will use his active main ability again. All characters on your field gain 500 battle points if I put a card from my hand onto the sideline, which will be this Rengoku. So plus 500, plus 500, plus 500, and plus 500. So we have a 4.5k swing first. And I don't want to block this, I think. But it's an active trigger. 3.5. This is 3.5k, this is 4k. And this is 3k. So we will give the active trigger to the Obanai. Okay, now he's at 6k. Which means the 4k swing will be blocked. The 3.5k swing will be blocked. And the 3k swing will be blocked. Okay. Let's untap, clear everything here, and end our turn. Okay, untap, draw one card. We don't have a lot of cards left. Both at 4 life points, we need to somehow manage to clear the board. I think we have to do an action point draw again. That's not too good. Let's move the Muzan to the front line, I think. I haven't played anyone yet this turn, and then we play one of these Inosuke. And let's play him into the energy line. I can place one card from my hand into the sideline, switch resting. Choose one of the following. Choose one character on your field and move it to another line. Choose one character on both your front line and swap them. I could sideline one character to give him 1000 battle points. Okay, let's use the active main ability. You sideline the Crow, put the top card into the sideline, right? Sideline one character, place the top card of your deck into the sideline. Hashira meeting. Okay, that's the search spell, huh? And this character gains 1000 battle points. So we have 3 4k swings and 1 3k swings this turn. That will be pretty strong because my opponent has 4 life cards. Swing with the Akasa first. Impact 1 will always get through. No trigger. Swing with the Gyotaro. How many attacks do I want to block? I think it's wise to stay at 2 life cards, so I want to take 1 more hit, I think. I can block this character easily, but for this one, someone on my field needs to die. Let's actually block this and keep 3 life cards available. Attack with him, we're gonna block with the Inosuke. And then the 3k swing will be blocked by the 4k. Okay, let's clear, untap here, and end our turn. Okay, it's looking pretty tough. We need to get our 3Ks out. And our big bodies. However, we still need 2 blockers next turn. So we definitely have to play the Ducky into the front line. Although to stop the 4K swings is better to give him low life characters. Let's move the Gyotaro to the front line as a blocker, and the Muzan. Then we play the Tengen and the Ducky into the energy area. These are the strongest characters on our field. Again, use the active main ability, place 1 card from my hand into the sideline. Don't need the Rui, I think. And then give everyone plus 500 for the turn. Let's swing 4.5 first. We take a life to see if there's a good trigger, but there's no trigger. Swing 4k and we swing 2.5k. So do I want to sacrifice him and then be a 2 life card? It's just a 3k body, so I think I can sacrifice him. And then the 2.5k will be blocked. Okay, let's clear, untap, and end out. Okay, we draw 1 card. Our board is full again. Let's do an action point draw. There's a Zenitsu. Oh, Zenitsu Searcher actually, that's good. He has 2 energy only too. Let's move the Inosuke to the front line. He will gain 500 battle points, so we can keep the double energy generation here. Then we play the Zenitsu into the energy line. When played, look at the top 4 cards, and I can look for one of his friends. And we only got him. Can he look for himself? He can't look for himself, so we don't hit anything. Let's bottom deck these. And what else do we do? Let's play the other Senko for the Event Blade ability. Look at the top card of your deck and place it on the top or bottom of my deck. Let's see what we can draw. So this is not useful, so we put him at the bottom of the deck. Again, I have to use his effect. Sideline one character. I should have kept it on the top, by the way. Oh, that's okay. Sideline the top deck and give him 1000 battle points. Then we swing, impact 1. It will go through. We don't have nullify impact here. There is no blocker. Puts more pressure on my opponent. Then 4k swing. We have to block and keep it at 2 life, otherwise next turn it's over with the impact. So I have to block this 4k. I have to block this 4k. And then this 3k can be blocked by any of the big bodies. Okay, nice untap and end our turn. Then this game goes on for a long time. Gyotaro, if Ducky's on the field, draw a card and place one card from your hand into the sideline. Oh, I keep getting these cards too late. We still need to get the life points down enough so I can play this this card and the rest one of my opponent's character. So let's do an action point draw. That's pretty bad. Move the Ducky to the front line and move the Tengen to the front line because he has step. Then we play the Gyotaro. When played, if Ducky is my field, draw a card and place one card onto the sideline. This kind can look for a raid character. That's kind of good. Okay. We sideline the Senko, and we still have one action point to play, I guess, another Tengen. Use his ability again. He's super strong, so you should look out for him into the in the pre-release. Give everyone plus 500, and we have big swings coming this turn. Let's swing 4k. Let's swing 4.5k first. We're gonna take one life card first, and this is a get trigger. This character can be blocked, but these characters cannot be blocked. Swing. How much life cards do you want to get down? I think 2 life cards is like a standard. So I'm gonna block both of these attacks, and this guy gets blocked by one of them. Okay, let's untap here and end our turn. Okay, we draw one card. There's another Ducky. Doesn't do us anything though. I think we are starting to run out of gas, right? Let's do an action point draw for Nezuko. That's not good. Let's move this guy to the front line. Still at 3 energy. Lady Musa, no, the Tengen into the energy line. Let's also move him to the front line, I think. There's not much we can do this turn. Play one Tengen and play one of him. Yes, it's not good. Let me just switch these out. Because I played just 2 0 cores, so it didn't really matter how much energy I had. You have impact 1. Again, this will go through. You have an active trigger, which means I can safely block all the characters now, right? Yes. Give him active trigger and I can block all the characters safely now. That's a pretty good trigger. Okay, let's untap, and next turn we can win with the impact 1 if my opponent doesn't win this turn. All I need to do is save the Akasa and have enough life cards. Alright, this will be the last turn no matter what, I think. Choose one character on your front line. It gains 3000 battle points until the end of the turn. Okay. We can rest one character, which we need to do this turn. Which character are we gonna rest though? Let's do an action point draw. Because we have all the cards that we need. First we're gonna use the 2 slow. I can rest one character on my opponent's front line, which will be the 4k. The Gyotaro, because my opponent wants to keep the impact guy alive. And then we will lay the coming true. On the Tengen, he will gain plus 3000 battle points this turn. And that's about it. We use his active main ability, place one card from my hand on the sideline. Actually, let me, before I do that, let me remove the Rengoku. play the Zenitsu, look at the top 7 cards. I think I should have done it first, but I don't think I will find a raid card here. Yep, there's no raid card. Okay, then we use his ability, get rid of this guy, and then plus 500, plus 500, plus 500, plus 500, and plus 3k because of this. Alright, let's clear the board. He can take 1 damage. All of these are 4k swings, so it doesn't really matter with who I attack first. Let's swing with him first. He's at 6500. We will take a life, and it's an active trigger. Good. Which we'll use on the Gyotaro, move him, set him to active, and give him 2000 battle points. Which means now 4.5k blocked, 4k blocked, 4k blocked. GG. Let's untap and auto. Untap over here, draw the card. We pretty much won, unless my opponent has a final trigger. Let's do an action point, draw, move the Zenitsu to the front line, move the Tengen to the front line just in case. We will play one of the Muzan, and then we activate the coming through on the Tengen, give him plus 3k, and now we hope that the impact is enough to end this game. Swing, impact 1, last life card, and it's an active trigger. So the red side won the game. That was a pretty long game. We have another Akasa here into the life area, so this card is pretty good for the release event. He's impact 1 and 4k, and this Rengoku is just super good for the release event. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the end of the video, and I see you next time.